It's going to look a lot like a pasta, but it's not going to feature pasta. So if you're trying to get gluten out of your diet, this may be a great recipe. What I have here is some green beans, and I'm going to cut them in a very special way. This in the kitchen is called a French cut green bean, and I've got a theory that they cut these beans on a long bias like this when they have started to form beans inside the pod. Once that happens, they can get a little bit difficult to cook evenly because the beans are tougher than the pod themselves. And this way, you get pieces that are even and the beans are exposed. All right, so I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to put some mushrooms. These are shiitake mushrooms, and I'm going to put those into the pasta as well. If you use shiitake mushrooms, just recognize that the stems are very tough and they need to be taken out. You can cut them off with a little pair of scissors like this, and you could even use the scissors to cut the mushrooms in half. These are beautiful little mushrooms, and so I'm going to leave them just the way they are. Okay, now, in this pan, which I'm going to turn up, I have some pancetta that's been cooking. It's crisped up, and it's rendered out some of its fat. I'm going to add some garlic into the pan. And I'm going to add some pepper flakes into the pan. And then a handful of these shiitake mushrooms. Now, one of the things that makes shiitakes different than most other mushrooms is that they tend to be a little bit drier. Most mushrooms are loaded with water. When you saute them, the water spills out and they bubble and they boil. Shiitake mushrooms are not that way. Shiitake mushrooms are dry, so be a little bit careful. What you may discover is that they can burn if you're not attentive to them. I usually cook them a little bit slower. All right, so the mushrooms are beginning to get tender. They're taking on a little bit of color. The garlic is just turning golden. I'm going to turn this into a cream sauce by adding some cream to this pan. And at the same time, I'm going to add some lemon juice just to brighten this up. There's a lot of rich flavors in here, but I want it to be a little bit brighter. And so I'll add lemon juice. And what you may discover is that the lemon juice starts to thicken this cream. The acidity makes the cream tighten just a little bit. Salt in our sauce, maybe a little bit of pepper. I'm going to turn it way down low, and I'm going to put the beans into boiling water to blanch. So the beans are cooking. This gives you a little bit of an opportunity just to taste the sauce. Make sure you're happy with the consistency. It coats very nicely in the flavor.